Hey everyone, welcome back to another collective tarot reading. I was thinking today we would do an energy scan for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So since it's Gemini season, I was thinking we can start there. And yeah, I haven't even picked up which tarot deck I'm going to use. I think I'm just gonna go with the Rider-Waite Tarot. Let me cleanse it in some sage. I've already cleansed the space, cleansed myself. If I sound a little stuffy, I feel a little stuffy, it's because I've been a little tearful. I'm fine, everything is good. It's just, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to get sad. But long story short, I had a little lizard here that was living with me for like 2 months. And today I put her outside. But now every time I look at the plant, I get like sad. I know, it's so silly. But I honestly feel like it was the right thing to do. I just miss her, you know, and also the idea that I'm like never gonna see her again probably. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm looking to do just like an energy scan for each of the signs. We're gonna be looking at current energies, what's serving as a block at this time, as well as solutions and advice from spirit. So hopefully they're like mini energy check-ins since we are going to be going through all 12 of the signs. So let's just get started right away. I will have all of the timestamps in the description box below so you can go ahead and skip to your sign. Feel free to check your sun, moon, rising signs. I would also check your Venus sign or any other important planetary placements that you keep your eye on. You can check those too to get kind of like an overall picture or message that could be helpful to your situation or to your life at this time. So yeah, hopefully you guys get what you need to get, hear what you need to hear from this. That's always the goal. So Gemini, starting with you, Geminis, I hope you're all enjoying your season. Happy birthday. I feel like Geminis have definitely been shining. Anytime I've been around a Gemini, they are just looking good. They're just super on point. I don't know, you guys are just like glowing and thriving. Okay, so let's see for Gemini. What are the current energies for Gemini at this time? Ooh, too many. Current energies for Gemini. Okay, so current energies for Gemini. I think you guys are going through kind of like an emotional time where you might be dealing with a lot of like emotional turmoil or just like emotional internal tension where you're just feeling really uneasy about something. So as we know, like our feelings and our emotional space, these things serve as kind of like a compass, you know? So don't try to escape, don't try to run away. It's good to sit down, to see what's going on, what is it that you're feeling, and to be able to really sit through that so that you can process it versus repress it and try to escape from it. I do see that you are feeling kind of uneasy and you're letting yourself sit through that and trying to like reflect on what you're feeling and why you might be feeling that way and kind of just like work that out within yourself. Okay, so let's see what could be serving as the block at this time. Okay, so that you may be too busy kind of focused on yourself, focused on your own needs, on your own goals, being very independent, being very self-sufficient. Maybe this is kind of like burdening you at this time. I feel like maybe feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, or like you can't really rely on anyone, and trying to handle it all on your own is definitely taking a toll right now on you emotionally, even though materially you seem so successful at this time, you know, like you're really putting in the work, putting in the effort, growing your material gains, growing your resources. You look like you're in a very stable, steady place. However, this energy showing up in the block position, I feel like it is taking its toll. But we'll see what the advice for that and the solution is when we get to that. So let's move on to what is the heart of the matter. So the heart of the matter is that, you know, you're just trying to do what it is that you're feeling called to do. I feel like you guys feel like you want like your successes to come in, you know, like you've been doing the work, you've been showing up, you've been dedicating yourself, you seem to be very responsible. And I feel like you have been getting, you know, you have been seeing like the fruit of your labor, and you feel like this is what you're called to do right now. Like this is just the phase of life that you're in, where you just have to put in the work right now and keep forging your path forward, keep moving forward. And taking these actions is making you feel very good. It's making you feel like good things are on their way, good things are coming in. You're kind of securing that, and you feel like you're on track. You feel like this is exactly what you need to do right now. And it just feels like you're waiting for something to come in. You're waiting to reach some kind of like milestone here, some kind of a checkpoint. And the solution, the solution is the Three of Swords. Interesting. I'm gonna have to pull a clarifier for that one. Maybe like you feel like you have to do it alone, and that's the part that you're wrong about, because obviously like it's taking an emotional toll on you, maybe not having anybody to count on, to rely on, to vent to feel supported by, having to be strong day in and day out and not having anyone there for support. That can like over time just cause like an accumulation of frustration, and maybe you have like no outlet, or you haven't really been paying attention to your emotional state. So your emotional state is like screaming now. It's like it needs your attention. So the solution is you need to take care of whatever it is that's bothering you. Like you need to pay attention. Spirit is like, pay attention to those little nudges, to what you're feeling, to your emotions. Pay attention. It's trying to tell you something. Exactly. Temperance, to clarify the Three of Swords. It's like you need to bring balance. You're so hyper focused on your future and on what you're building for yourself and what you're creating for yourself that you're completely bypassing your emotional state. And Spirit is saying, no, this is not okay. This is why maybe you're not feeling the best right now. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety, or you know, you're very you could be very snappy, very aggressive, very just frustrated. You kind of have to invite connections in, people in, or just time and space for you to dedicate to your emotional space. Like, okay, what can I do? How can I support myself? Because I haven't been dedicating too much of my time and my energy into making sure that I feel good, that I'm happy, that I'm emotionally stable and well. So the solution is not to ignore your pain, not to like just push forward, continue growing and accumulating your resources and doing it all on your own and having like this strong self-focus. Those things are good, but again, we're looking for balance. Spirit is calling for balance here, and Spirit is saying that whatever disappointment you're feeling is because you're not putting enough attention to your emotional space, or you're not allowing like any support or voicing that you need support right now from friends, family. So don't ignore your pain, basically. Don't ignore your pain. Okay, and the advice is, whoa, a lot of Leo energy for the advice here. We have the Sun and Strength. So Spirit does want you to continue to focus on working and building up whatever it is you're building up. It looks like your career or something like this. Maybe you're going to school, you're in a certification program, or you're on the way to getting some kind of degree or some kind of credentials, or just really honing in and focusing on your business, on what it is that you do to earn money. Spirit is saying to continue to focus on that. You should still have like this strong self-focus. You should still feel like you want to be on your path. You want to be doing the right thing for your future, and you want to be living out your soul's purpose and your ultimate truth, and you want to continue to be authentic and have like a strong self-focus and have a strong focus on career as well, and like your status and how you're seen and perceived. It does seem like you are in that phase in your life, but remember, balance. This doesn't mean that you have to like escape or try to be strong whenever you're feeling weak or vulnerable. Make sure you're creating the space to take care of those feelings, to resolve those feelings, to regulate yourself again, to soothe yourself, to bring healing, or to allow someone else in, to support you with these things. In life, for us to be successful, we need to be very well-rounded. And it always boils down to balance in one way or another. It's always about balance. So you're doing exactly what you need to do. Spirit just wants you to focus on your emotional state and addressing that whenever you feel like a flare-up, some kind of discomfort, disruption, emotional disruption, or inner turmoil. Don't just bypass, don't just no, I can't look at this, I don't have time, I don't, pretend like it's not happening, ignore it. That is not the answer. The answer is to sit with that, to work through that, and to take some time, to take time if you feel like you need a couple days, to just take it really easy, to maybe slow down the pace, to not be afraid to do that. I feel like you have been on a roll, you have been doing really well, and maybe you feel like if you stop now, everything is just gonna crumble. You want to stay on this winning streak, and so you're not putting a lot of importance in things like reflecting, contemplating, meditating, journaling, stuff like that, like things that are really going to help you to slow down, to distance yourself a little bit from your life right now, so that you can gain some clarity, some insight, some perspective into something that is in the background, lingering, really bothering you, something that is just sitting there unprocessed, and it is affecting you here in some way. So just take the time to address it, to look at it. Don't ignore it, and instead create that time and space, or that environment, to gain an elevated perspective into what is really happening here at the core. Where is this energy coming from, so that you can really bring some healing to that space. Okay, Gemini, so that is your little mini energy check-in. Again, happy birthday to you guys. Keep killing it. You're doing amazing. You're looking amazing. You're so strong. So you got this, okay? Okay, so let's move on then to Cancer. So Cancer, what does Cancer need to know right now? Let's get a nice little energy check-in for Cancer. What is the current energy for Cancer? Oh, Cancer, you got 3 cards for current energies. Oh, we got the Queen of Cups again. Okay, Cancer, so current energies for you guys is you're just really holding it together right now. I feel like you're keeping up with your responsibilities, with your duties, keeping everything very balanced, everything ordered. Everything is where it needs to be. I am feeling like you're feeling really good about things. Things look really good. You feel like you're happy just with the daily routine, the daily grind. You're happy with the way things are going. Nothing seems to be out of place here. Again, there's nothing rocking the boat. It just seems like everything is just smooth sailing, and you're feeling happy, which I like. It's like you're doing your thing, your everyday thing, but you're also feeling really adventurous and excited for your everyday, or for your communications, to talk. I feel like you are very talkative right now, and you seem to be in a very good place emotionally, very happy, content, doing what you have to do, but still kind of excited. I don't see anything, you're not bored living out your daily routine, your daily life. You seem very excited and happy, and more than willing to do what it is that you have to do day in and day out. So that is really good. You just seem like everything is good. I want to say same old, same shit, different day, but it's not in a bad way. It's I'm great. I love my everyday. I'm glad it's the same thing every day, because I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy with the way things are. Okay, so what's the block then? So the block is coming through. So 7 of Cups and 2 of Swords. So there's something here that you're not quite seeing very clearly. It's very confusing, and you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. So there's something that's going on. There's like an elephant in the room or something that's going on that seems kind of confusing. It seems like you don't really know what to make of something, like what to make of a certain situation, or if there's like a certain situation where you're just kind of confused by it. You're not sure if you're perceiving it accurately, or what's really going on there. And so you're not doing anything about it either. So it's like if there's like a certain situation in your life that you're confused about, it seems that you're not trying to find the answers. Like you're just kind of like okay being confused about it. I don't really see you trying to get clarity, trying to clear the air, trying to sort this out. Is kind of like an unwillingness to look at this. So there is definitely like an unwillingness to look at something, to deal with something. It could be like an excess. Maybe you have a lot of options with something, or you're over consuming something, and maybe like like for example, if there's something that you're eating a lot of, and it's not good for you, but you're not really like planning to change that, or if there's like a communication that you have, or like a friend that you have that you're always kind of like talking shit with, and like texting and messaging or something like that, but it is kind of like a big time waster, but it's kind of like you're not doing anything to rectify that. So it's something where something is just a little bit unbalanced, but you're not willing to do whatever it is that you have to do to like find a solution. Like you're happy, like I said, like you seem really content and really happy with the way that things are, even if things might be out of balance. You're not really looking to change anything just yet. And this is serving as your block at this time. So what is the heart of the situation? Ooh, 5 of Cups. So you're sad about something, you're grieving something, you're seeing like the cup half empty. You're seeing like the loss of something, like versus the bright side, the silver lining. It's like you're focusing on what you lost. And you might be staying stuck here, and there's something about the situation that you're not perceiving super accurately, and you're just staying stuck. It's keeping you stuck. Like this, it's keeping the sadness alive because you're not choosing to like face this and to find a solution and to see things clearly, or to like handle the problem head on. So what's the solution then for Cancer? To see that, this is your own doing. I feel like maybe you think it's a lot of external things, like there are external factors, things beyond your control. And Spirit is saying like you have more control than you think in this situation. If there's anywhere you feel lost, or you don't know what to do, or afraid to face something, Spirit is saying like you have a lot more control than you think you do. It's not as external as you think. Like this has to do with the way you're perceiving the situation, with the way that you're perceiving yourself in the situation. You might feel like helpless, and you're never helpless, you know what I mean? As humans, we're so resilient, adaptable, we persevere, and you just have to believe in yourself and like know that whatever the situation is, like you can find your way out of it. As confusing as it seems, like you can find your way out of it. You can find a solution. You don't have to escape this. This is coming up, it's there, it's here for you to work through, for you to look at, for you to become clear on, for you to pinpoint something, become aware about something, and take action so that you can find a solution. So the solution is for you to like realize that I'm hearing that Taylor Swift song, like, hi, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. So for you to realize that like, I don't want to be mean and say like this is a you problem, but it's like that you're not seeing like your fullest potential here. You're kind of selling yourself short, and a lot of this has to do just like with your own perception of yourself and feeling like you don't have what it takes to overcome this on your own, so you'd rather just escape it and like not even look at it and not even try to get to the bottom of it. But it's not really like helping to resolve anything. And for you to realize like that you have more power than you think in the situation, and that you can be doing more in this situation. Okay, so what is the advice for you guys? Spirit wants you to move forward, to know that good things are coming in for you, to feel confident in that, to feel positive about what's to come in your life, and that things can get better, that you can overcome this, that you can expand beyond this, that you can do this in the right way. You can move forward with good plans and do the right thing in the right way and be confident in that. So yeah, Cancer, if there's something here that you just feel like you're stuck, you know, you're at a stalemate, there's nothing you can do, you don't like the situation, so you'd rather just like not look at it, not face it. Spirit wants you to just be more optimistic and to know that you can handle anything and you can do anything, and it's all just in your own attitude and your own self-perception, in your own perception of self and of the world, and just trust. Just have a little more trust, take a little more risk maybe, and don't push this off to the side. Invest some time looking at what you need to look at, clearing the confusion, finding a solution, and feel sad. Like if you need to feel sad and sit through that, I know like that's like everyone's problem is like we're afraid to just feel our emotions because it sucks and it hurts. It doesn't feel good to just feel, right? To feel our bad emotions. But it's when you can really sit through that and feel all of it that you can process it, and that then you can kind of let the dust settle. And when that dust settles, that's when you start seeing solutions. That's when you can start making plans of like how you're going to move forward past this. How are you going to transmute that pain, and to know that you absolutely have everything that it takes to get yourself to the other side. Okay, so be confident in yourself. You can find solutions. You can find the right way. Don't ignore it. You will be able to pinpoint and see things clearly and find a good way forward. You will see yourself through. Believe in yourself a little more. Give yourself a little more credit. You're capable of so much more than what you think. Okay, Cancer, I hope that made sense for you, and I hope you got something valuable out of that. We're going to go ahead and move on now to Leo. So let's see, what are the current energies for Leo? The Empress. Okay, so current energies. Leo, you guys look like you're feeling great. You're feeling abundant. You're feeling beautiful, taken care of, like all of your needs are being met, like you have more than enough. Your cup runneth over. And yeah, just feeling very fertile, beautiful, abundant, grounded, beautiful, beautiful energy. So let's see then, what could the block be then in this situation? So we have the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. Oh gosh. I feel like everyone's block is the same. We're running away from our emotions. Surprise, surprise. We're running away from the pain, from the heartbreaks, from the heartaches, the disappointments. We're just like, oh, what is that pain? Let me look in the other direction. That's not there. Sweep that under the rug. Don't want to look at that. Don't want to deal with that. On to the next. You know, as you know, running away from your feelings, from your pain, from your emotions is never the answer. So let's see, what is the heart of the matter? I feel like there's something that you need to begin, that you need to start, and you don't want to. Okay. It's like you don't want to leave a certain part of your life, or you're feeling very comfortable and cozy and really good with where you're at. And right now life is calling you to like go beyond, to step out of your comfort zone, or to go into the unknown, or to experience something different, something new. And you're like, what? Like, I'm the queen or king of this castle. Like, everything is working out for me here. Why would I want to leave? You know, like, I don't want to go through my next phase. I'm good here. I've mastered this. Like, why? You know? But in life, we have to keep growing, right? Keep expanding. Keep moving forward. Change is really the only constant if you really think about it. And once you've mastered a certain level, life is always looking for you to progress to the next thing, to master the next thing. I feel here with Leo, you guys could have mastered a lot of material and worldly riches, gains, and you're being like pulled and called to embark on something new, like in another realm, and you're like not comfortable with that, you know, you're just like, I just feel like you're so happy and comfortable with like your current situation, and it's hard for you to break past it, move past it, like accept that, like that you're ready to like unlock a new level of your life. It's kind of like when you're in, you know, like let's say middle school or something, you're like in 8th grade and you're like the oldest grade of the school, so you're feeling really confident and you're like on top of the world, but then you have to start in high school like from scratch, you know, all the way at square one, like being a freshman and like having to relearn everything and adapt and get used to things and be like the newbie, be the rookie, and you're here with like all of these older kids that seem to have it down packed, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I have so much to learn, you know. And it's kind of like being there again, like being like that newbie, that rookie, being in square one. And I just feel like you don't want to, like there's a resistance a real resistance to move to the next phase, but it's like it's your next phase, like you're ready to step into that, like that's what you're ready for right now. This is what your soul is calling you to do right now, and it's kind of like you're resisting that change, you know. So let's see, what is the solution then? What is the solution for Leo? To be able to recognize when something is over, you know, like to be able to recognize like when you need to make a certain action, when you need to face the truth, and when you need to take accountability, because you know that this is what's fair, this is what is just, like this is what you're being called to do, and like just accepting that, you know, accepting like, okay, I can't stay in 8th grade forever, you know, I'm gonna have to eventually, you know, be that newbie, be that rookie, like start again from ground zero in order to continue on with my life and to possibly learn a new skill or like master something new. You know, it's like understanding that you've reached a completion point and you're ready to level up. You're ready to level up in some way. You're ready to refine, be refined in some way, and make this choice. Like you need to be able to like close the door on something very consciously. This isn't something that spirit is like, you know how some things spirit just makes it happen. You don't have a choice. It's just, it rocks your world. It comes out of nowhere and you have to face it. It's like this thing that you're going through. It's like you need to take the conscious steps, take the conscious actions, like make the moves in order to kind of close one door to open that new one. And you doing that is really showing like growth and maturity, and it's showing that you are refined in some way, and that you're ready for that next phase, for that next chapter of your life. And not to be afraid of it and not to resist it, because spirit is showing me that on the other side of this is your bliss, is your happiness, your total joy and fulfillment. And whatever it is that you think you have now, like you think things are good now, they're about to get even better. Okay, so let's look at advice from spirit. They want you to acknowledge your feelings. You know, acknowledge your feelings. Be very present and in tune, very aware of them. Because again, our emotions is what guides us. It's what leads us. It's what like, it's like a compass. It tells us where to go. So listen to that. Listen to those calls, those nudges. I feel like your emotions are really going to tell you like what is right now. Like what is the right thing for you right now. You can really rely on your emotions right now to kind of like guide the way. Okay, Leo, so I hope that was helpful. Keep shining bright, you got this. We are going to be moving on now to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, so let's see. What are the current energies for Virgo? Current energies for Virgo. This Queen of Cups, she keeps coming out. I guess it's an emotional time. Interesting. Oh, I got the first two out already. Okay, so current energies is this Queen of Cups. So again, current energies, you're feeling very sensitive, very emotional, very aware of your emotional landscape. Maybe you're reflecting a lot. You're just kind of taking time to feel your emotions. Maybe you're feeling very intuitive right now, very compassionate, caring. You know, maybe you're feeling like you just have like this huge heart, and you're feeling very loving towards yourself, towards others, towards life. Just feeling really good, you know? Just feeling very accepting of your emotions right now, and not feeling afraid, you know, to express your emotions, or to cry if you need to cry, you know? To be super happy if you need to be happy, just to be very expressive. It's like right now you're just very expressive of your emotional state, of your emotional space. Like whatever it is you're feeling is what's showing, and it's beautiful. It really does show like a level of emotional maturity here. So the block is the Queen of Wands. So maybe like you don't want people to kind of like see that you're vulnerable. Like you want to keep this space of like, I can handle anything. I'm not shy, I'm not afraid, I'm so strong. I have no problem being the center of attention. I have no problem being a leader, speaking my truth, being strong. You know, maybe you feel like you have to kind of put on a show, and sometimes that can get in the way or hinder like your emotional space, because it's like you have to keep this front on or something. And maybe you want to be vulnerable or you want to express something, but because you're in this certain role, like you're playing this certain role, you don't allow yourself fully all of the time to be in the state that you want to be in, because maybe you feel like you have other responsibilities and you can't allow yourself to like be seen in this other light. Like you don't want like that soft side to be seen all of the time. Maybe you're kind of feeling very overwhelmed or like sensitive being around people, being around certain groups of people. Maybe you're not super comfortable with that, or maybe you absorb a lot of like other people's energies, but because of like your position or what you do, it like requires you to have to be around a lot of people. And so like you try to put up this front of like, oh, this is nothing, I got this, like I'm not affected, I'm not influenced, this is easy, like bring it on, you know? When really you just like want to curl up in the corner. That's excessive, but you know what I mean. Like you just want to like stay home and like stay in bed and not have to talk to anyone and not have to see anyone. And maybe you don't want to get dressed today, you know, like maybe you just want to stay in your PJs and like not wear any makeup and just keep your hair in a bun. Instead, you have to like dress up, and you really have to try because you're center of attention in some way. And this is serving as a block here. So what is the heart of the matter at this time for Virgo? Okay, so we have Two of Cups and the Star. I feel like you just want people to like you, or you're trying to find love. You could be trying to find love, and so like you're trying to put yourself out there, and you're trying to look really good, and you're trying to like steal the show and like have all the cool things to say, and because you want to attract the right people or the right person, you just want to attract like the right attention, because I think you are looking to have like a partnership or union in the future, something that's promising and that holds a lot of hope. You're looking to get lucky. Very interesting. Let's move on to the solution. What is the solution to this? What is the solution to this? To do what makes you happy, to think about yourself, about your own happiness, and to invest in those things, to not be afraid to be yourself, and to, you know, like to show people like what makes you happy. Like if being vulnerable and being caring and having a big heart, if these are things that makes you happy, don't be afraid to say that or to show that or to be those things, to stay true to yourself. Or don't be afraid to show people like what you're proud of. Maybe there are certain things that you feel like you have to celebrate quietly because you're like, no one else will get it, or people are just gonna make fun of me if they see that this is really what I care about, or if these are the things that make me happy. It's like you're just afraid of people not seeing your vision or not seeing things the same way that you see things. And so sometimes it causes you to kind of like maybe hide that away and like mask it with this very prideful, maybe over the top kind of confidence, even if that's really not how you're feeling, or even if that's not really like an accurate representation of who you really are. You think that that's what's appropriate for the moment. You're just, you know, you want to attract people, you want to be magnetic, look good, and I think you just want acceptance right now. Like right now you just really want acceptance from others. And so you might be muting down any of your qualities or aspects that you think like others won't get or others won't understand, because I just think that you want to be noticed and seen and well liked, because you're trying to attract the right people into your life. I think that you really want to make like long-term connections that are really going to stand the test of time and that are going to impact your future in a positive way. But remember to stay true to yourself, to stay true to your emotions, to your sensitivities, to how you're really feeling. And you know, because when you're yourself, that's how you attract your people, your tribe. It's not by like putting on a front or putting on a show or like being what you think others want, or you know what I mean? It's always just being yourself. Because then if you're not yourself, but you attract certain people that you're happy about, it's kind of like then you have to like keep up with this facade or like with this mask or something, like this persona you're putting up. And eventually that's gonna get draining, you know what I mean? If you just have to like continuously put up this like face. Whereas if you're just yourself from the start, the people that you attract, it's like you know that they like you for you. And you don't have to like, there's no pressure to try to keep up with something, because it's like, it's just you. Like they just like you. You don't have to pretend or anything like that. You can just be yourself, because that's what they got attracted to in the first place. The fact that you were able to be vulnerable, that they saw like that real, raw side to you, is what they like. And that's always the best, you know, thing to do. Just be yourself, and your people will like you for you, not for this front, you know, like not for your clothes or for your talents, for what you can do, for your strengths. They're gonna like you, for your thoughts, for your emotions, your temperament. They're gonna like your caring, nurturing, sensitive, empathic, emotional, creative side. They're gonna love that. So don't try to be flashy, you know, putting on a show for people, because then you're gonna attract the wrong people. You wanna attract people being yourself. And that's really what's going to help you get what you want. Okay, so let's see, what is the advice? The advice is the Knight of Pentacles. So they're saying to continue to be diligent, to be responsible, to keep showing up, to keep doing the work. You're in no rush. And to be this person, because like when we picked up for current energies of like that you're emotionally very mature, it's like to show that side of yourself more freely and more often, more frequently, not to mask that with like this flashy, confident, I got it going on, I can do bad all by myself, you know? Like be more vulnerable, be more authentic, be more free to just be yourself more often, no matter the situation, no matter where you're at. And this will ensure that you're attracting the right things and the right people and circumstances into your life. Okay, Virgo, so I hope that that was helpful for you. We are going to be moving on to Scorpio. So let's see, Scorpio, what are the current energies for you? Current energies for Scorpio. Ace of Wands. Okay, Scorpio, so it seems that you guys are feeling very inspired right now, very creative. You have a lot of creative ideas. I just feel like there's something here that you're feeling very excited about, very strongly about. It's like a spark of inspiration. Maybe you got like this really good idea, or there's something that you really want to do. So what could the block be? Let's see, what is the block? The block is maybe you're considering other people too much right now. You're spending too much time with other people. Maybe you're kind of like in party mode, you know, and you just want to be around other people and have a good time and like party it up. And you could be going on a lot of dates, having a lot of drinks, and maybe this could be somehow getting in the way here, since it's coming up in the blocked position. So let's get more information. What is the heart of the matter right now for you, Scorpio? What is the heart of the matter? That you have your guard up. There's something that you're afraid of. You have your guard up. Maybe in the past you've had issues, complications when it comes to this arena of your life or to these types of circumstances and situations, and you're just afraid of reliving that or having to go through something similar. Like you seem to be battle wounded by something, making you very resistant or hesitant. And so I don't know, like maybe you're just not facing something, and so you just want to focus on what feels good. You know, you just want to focus on what feels good, which it looks like what feels good is just hanging out with friends, partying, drinking, that sort of thing. And this could be in the way of you having to like face something. Let's keep going. What is the solution to this problem? What is the solution to this? To be by yourself, Scorpio. So Scorpio, you guys need to take some time to yourself. I think you guys have been really enjoying your company lately. I mean, we are in Gemini season, you know, so you might be feeling very social, like you want to get out there. But Spirit is saying that right now is a really good time for you to invest in yourself, for you to like become more self-sufficient, you know, to be with your own energy and to be okay in your own energy, to feel strong in that space so that you don't always feel like you have to be around other people. I feel like drinking is something here, like maybe you're drinking a lot, and Spirit is saying like there are other ways to have fun or to feel like fulfilled in some way. And it's really important right now for you to explore what those things are, for you to kind of find maybe healthier ways to find fulfillment and enjoyment. And what is the advice for Scorpio? They want you to be very mindful about what it is that you're investing into, because I think certain things that you're investing into right now could just be very destructive. Like it's just not helping the situation in any way right now. I think they want you to kind of like hold yourself back. I think you have really strong impulses right now and you're really acting on them. So it's like if you want to call somebody up and you want to go out for drinks, you're going to listen to that impulse, even if, you know, you've done the same thing 4 nights in a row and it's like, maybe I shouldn't do that tonight. You're just not going to listen to that. You're going to be like, no, I want to go out for the drinks. I want to have fun. I don't care that this is my 3rd night getting drunk. I'm going to go have a good time. I feel like you guys are overindulging. You're being a little bit too impulsive. You're not spending enough time with yourself. You are escaping by spending time with other people. You know, I just feel like you want to party hardy and you're not really like working on something that you should be working on that's going to be more productive for you right now. It's like right now you don't want to look at any of the work, you just want to play. You're in play mode. And Spirit is trying to just get you to see like what you're investing into, what you're spending a lot of time and energy into, and to be very mindful about that, and to try to invest more time into being alone, into being okay with your own energy, with yourself, being more self-sufficient, relying on yourself more, and just working on yourself, working on becoming stronger, better, just like a more solid person, a more reliable person, somebody that's like just super reliable, super solid, super stable. It's like even if you want to go out and have a party and get drunk and just like have a good time, but you know it's not a good night for that. Like, you know, like I have to wake up early tomorrow. It's, you know, I have other goals. I have other things I'm working on. I can't just like go have fun every night. It's being responsible, like knowing like when it's okay and when it's not okay, so that you're not overindulging and so that anything is not like out of balance. It's just about making the right choices for yourself at any given moment, you know? There's nothing wrong with having fun, with going out, getting some drinks, having a good time, but it's a problem if you're doing that like every single day, you know what I mean? Or when you're doing it when it's inappropriate, like when it's not an appropriate time to do it. Like if you're working and you're drinking on the job, then it's not an appropriate time to be engaging in that. So it's just kind of like gaining the discernment for when something is appropriate and when something is not appropriate, because you have other responsibilities. I think it could also be that like there's something you don't want to face, you don't want to look at, that you're hurt by and it's coming up, and so you try to put a band-aid over it, or you try to escape by being very impulsive. And Spirit does want you to kind of pause and take a look at that and see what could be driving that behavior, and how can you just make better decisions, make better choices for yourself in those moments when you're feeling triggered. So keep digging deep, believe in yourself, know that you are being tested right now. You are definitely being tested. Like, how much determination do you have? What is the strength of your character? You know, your personal power is being tested. Spirit wants you to know that you can push through. You can be your best self. It just all boils down to what you're investing into. Like, what are you giving your time and your energy and your resources to? To what and to who? Okay, Scorpio, so I hope that you found that helpful. We are going to be moving on to Sagittarius. So let's see. Sagittarius. Let's see. What are the current energies for Sagittarius? So Sagittarius, I see that you're really trying to be very mindful with the give and take flow in your life right now. What you're giving to, what you're investing into, what you're accepting, what you're taking. You're trying to be like strong about that. You're trying to have your boundaries up. And if something feels off, if something doesn't feel right, you want to be able to like tame yourself, even in those situations where you really like want something. So even if like you really want something, but it doesn't seem right, or there's something off about it, you want to have the control, have the willpower to say no, and to like not give into anything that maybe like isn't good for you right now. So let's see, what is the block for Sagittarius? We have the Star, and this one also came, oh, two more also came out. The Six of Wands and the Five of Swords. So the block is that, I don't know, I feel like you can't see the light at the ends of the tunnel right now. You're feeling defeated in some kind of a way. Like maybe, okay, I'm hearing like instant gratification. So like maybe the situation is not like it's not instant gratification. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have to do something and you're not really seeing the results of that action, or like the fruit of those actions, until way down the line. And because you're not getting like that instant gratification, you feel defeated, or you feel like this is all for nothing. It's kind of like the feeling of you go to the gym and you're working your ass off, and it's been, I don't know, 3 months or something, and you're like, where are my results? Like, why am I not seeing results? There's this funny, I think it was a YouTube short, I saw it years ago, but it was so funny, and it was like something to do with that, where it's like, I'm showing up, I have good form, I'm eating right, where are my gains? You know, like, where's the results? Why am I not seeing anything? And it's because you have to like work for it. You have to keep working for it. You have to keep showing up. You have to stay committed, even if you don't see the results right away. And so you can feel frustrated because you're like, I am doing all of these things, you know, all of these challenging things, and it's like I'm not even seeing any results, and it just feels kind of like, am I doing it all for nothing? Am I ever going to see results? You just feel defeated. And this is why a lot of people give up, you know, because they just don't see results right away or something, you know, when it's like, it takes time. You have to stay committed and know that those results are coming. You will see them eventually. And it's just kind of like having that knowingness. It's like knowing without knowing and trusting. Okay, so let's see. What is the heart of the matter? You have to work. The heart of the matter is that right now it's just time for you to stay focused, stay very focused, attention to detail, do what it is that you have to do. Stay focused on your responsibilities, on your duties, the daily routine, the daily grind, you know, chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water. Do what it is that you have to do, because you're kind of like, what you're doing right now, the results are coming, but it's like, it needs to be cultivated. You need to be very diligent and responsible about giving your energy to something fully and being focused on something in order to make something happen, to bring something into fruition. And it's not instant gratification. This is why, you know, I always advise like to be more process oriented versus like outcome oriented. Because when you're outcome oriented, it's easy to give up when you don't see those results right away, or when something feels so far away, the finish line feels so far away, or if you're constantly like just trying to reach a certain milestone, it's like you're not present, you're not in the moment, you're not just enjoying the ride. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And so like those words couldn't be more true for you right now, Sagittarius. So just focus on the journey, try to find enjoyment in it, and stay in your process. Stay very dedicated and on point and responsible with like the daily responsibilities and with like the details of things, you know? And eventually you will get that recognition and those really positive results and outcomes that you're looking for. But remember, the day that you plant the seed is not the day that you eat the fruit. So what is the advice from Spirit for you, Sagittarius? What is the advice from Spirit? They just want you to stay dedicated, man. They're like, don't waste no time. Be very wise. Be okay with being in your own energy, with being alone. Don't be, I heard FOMO, like fear of missing out. Like you're afraid, like you're missing out on the fun times, on the parties, on, you know, whatever it is, the get-togethers. And it's like, this is just the part of the process that you're on in your life. And like, embrace it. Embrace where you're at, accept it, and detach from others. And stay focused and do what it is that you know you have to do at this time. You could also like be building a skill here. So like, this isn't going to waste, you know, like all of this time right now is not going to waste. You're not doing this for nothing. You're building a skill. You're becoming masterful at something, and that takes time. So just be okay with like being in your own little world, doing your own thing, you know, having tunnel vision and just staying focused so that you can accomplish something, even if it means you have to cut out like things that you would rather be doing, you know what I mean? Or maybe you want to give up prematurely because you're not seeing results. It's like, no, stay in your process. Every single day that you stay responsible and that you do what you have to do and that you're very detail oriented. Maybe you are being of service in some way too. This is getting you closer and closer. Those are the things that are getting you closer and closer to your North Star, to that desired outcome. So don't be afraid of the work, of the hard work. You can do it. And I promise you it's going to pay off, okay? Even if it seems like hell right now. You're capable, you can do this. You're gaining a skill here. You will overcome and you will be successful. Okay, Sagittarius, so that was your message. I truly hope that you found that helpful. So So I just realized right now that I completely forgot Libra. I'm so sorry, my beautiful Libras. I did not mean to skip over you guys. You guys are after Virgo, and I think I went straight into Scorpio. So Libra. Let's check. What are the current energies for my beautiful Libras? Queen of Wands. So you guys are looking good. You guys could be hosting some things, just being really great in conversation right now, being very charismatic, really be showcasing what it is that you do. If there's something that you do, some skill that you have, something that you perform, you're really like in the spotlight. You're looking very confident. Okay, so what's the block? The Tower. Things could just be very chaotic for you right now, very unpredictable, unexpected, a lot of changes, a lot of like unforeseeable events happening that just really shake things up. So just a lot of things could be happening right now that are causing like major shifts and changes taking place in your life. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Cups. This is so beautiful. I love the Ace of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards because for me, the Ace of Cups means spirit. It's like spirit's purity, spirit's essence. They're with you. Like they're saying like that this is all happening divinely and with love. So don't think like that you're cursed or that something bad is happening or why are these things happening and what's going on and are you punished? Is God punishing me? No, all of this is happening because there must have been like some kind of a faulty foundation here that you might have built up upon, and whatever is not sturdy and not stable needs to go. Like whatever is not going to stand the test of time or whatever is destructive to you, it needs to eventually crumble so that you can rebuild something that is stable, that does have a strong foundation, that will stand the test of time. So anything that's happening, like any sudden changes that you're going through, experiencing, just know that that's God, that's spirit doing that for you. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And they're doing this in a very loving and enlightening way. And this is them being very loving towards you, is having all of these things like shake up. I know it could be very uncomfortable and chaotic. It's not like without a reason. There's definitely a reason, and spirit is saying that as uncomfortable as this feels, it's for your own good. And in the long run, it will have like a positive impact. Everything that's happening to you right now will have a positive impact for you in your life. So just remember that, as you're going through these tough times, these difficult times, that life is happening for you, not to you, and that everything that is happening right now is out of love and is for your own good and is so that better things can align for you. Everything that wasn't working, that was faulty in one way or another, is crumbling, is falling down, creating the space for something better and more aligned to come in its place. So let's look into what is the solution? What is the solution for Libra? Ooh. Okay, we have a lot. I think you guys got the most cards so far for solution. We got 4 of them. Okay, so what is the solution? The solution right now is for you to just weather the storms, like go through what it is that you have to go through. I think you're gaining a lot of discernment through this experience. You're gaining a lot of wisdom. Like you're learning to see things really clearly for exactly what it is. Like maybe, in the past, maybe you were easily persuaded, or you wore rose-colored glasses, or you believed in certain things that just weren't the truth. And now you're not falling for anything that isn't what's the truth and what's real. It's like you are gaining experience and wisdom so that like now you're becoming like a human lie detector, or like, you can smell BS from a mile away. And this is going to really help you to make the highest choices for yourself. This is going to help you learn how to make good decisions, how to see things clearly, to make the best choices, to make the best decisions, to communicate yourself very effectively, very clearly. You know, you're not going to mince your words. You're going to say exactly what it is that you mean. I think it's just really helping you to have better boundaries and like not let anybody trample all over you and like walk all over you and walk all over your boundaries, or like get blindsided by people's true colors, or you know, like get tricked in some way where it's like you thought something was a certain way and then bam, it blows up in your face. I feel like you definitely attract a lot of attention because you're so loving, you're so kind, and because you might be very attractive as well. You're very attractive. Like it looks like for certain people, like they could see you and be like, oh, that person has everything that I need right now. So let me tell them what I need to tell them to get them on my side, to get them to vouch for me and support me in some way. And maybe, you know, because you have such a big heart, or because you were so loving, like you maybe like accepted anyone and everyone, but now you're learning why that's not a good choice, like why it's not good to be that way, why you do have to be more discerning, and you do have to kind of like make judgment calls, you know, of like what you will and will not allow in your space, in your life. So yeah, like you're just learning how to be more discerning here, how to make better choices, how to see things clearly, how to communicate yourself better, how to have better boundaries. And this is causing you to kind of like level up in a certain way, to grow, to refine. And like everything you're learning right now in this moment, you're going to take it with you. And it's really going to improve your life and help you to attract like the right people, the right kinds of people and situations and things like that. Because when you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. Or like when you allow people to be attracted to you for all of the wrong reasons, eventually it's going to blow up in your face. So it's just, you know, you're just becoming a lot more wise, and this is really good for you. So let's move on to advice from Spirit. What is the advice? The advice is the Six of Cups. Spirit doesn't want you to lose this innocence, this positive outlook. You know, like I just feel like maybe like you always expect the best out of people, you know, like you always think people have the like good intentions and your best interest at heart because this is how you are. And Spirit doesn't want you to lose that. So don't think like that you have to become cold and you have to think that everyone is just a calculating asshole, you know, or like a bad person or like a liar. No, Spirit doesn't want you to become bitter. They want you to keep that beautiful big heart and to continue being loving and giving and, you know, assuming the best in people. But like they want you to have boundaries, you know, like, and through those boundaries is like how you really gauge like a person's true character. Like, can they respect these boundaries? Through having kind of like that protective energy for yourself, it's going to help you to make better decisions, better choices. It's going to show you people's character, and it's just going to help you to make better choices with who it is that you want to engage with and like who it is that you want to let close to you. I feel like you're just going to be more discerning, you know, you're just going to be more discerning over like who is it that is deserving of your big beautiful heart and of everything that you have to give and everything that you have to offer. Who deserves it? Who is worthy of it? Who is authentic? Who is real? Who is going to align with you and make a good fit with you? And who just isn't, like who is just not vibing with you and is more of an energy vampire, is more of a drain on your energy. It's not reciprocal. It's not a two-way street where you guys are watering each other, supporting each other. You're looking for more like reciprocity and people that can honor your boundaries and can really respect you and can, you know, prove themselves to you over an extended period of time. These are your people, and these are the people that you want around you, that have your best interest and that truly do care about you and that truly do genuinely love you and support you, are the people that like respect you and care about your feelings and wanting you to be comfortable and be okay. And yeah, it just looks like you're in that process of kind of like being able to just be discerning of these things. Okay, Libra, so that was your message. I truly hope that served you. we're going to be moving on to the next sign.
Okay, moving on to Capricorn. Let's see. I'm recording this portion of the reading on a different day. It's the next day. When I was editing the other signs, I noticed that my microphone wasn't working, so hopefully everything's all good now. So let's see for Capricorn. What are the current energies for Capricorn at this time? The Fool. Okay, so current energies for Capricorn. This is really good. I feel like you guys are probably feeling very free, carefree. Maybe, you're taking a load off. You're in a period where you're feeling like you don't want to make any plans. You just want to go based off of what you feel in the moment. You want to be spontaneous, take risks, just kind of like live life without a care in the world. Maybe make some last minute plans, some last minute adventures that you just kind of say yes to, you agree to, or you just go on without really thinking about it. It's just like, I think I'll try this today and we'll see how that goes. It's just kind of like feeling very lucky, spontaneous, going with the flow, being very trusting, trying new things with arms wide open, a heart wide open, and just ready to live for the moment. I love that. Okay, so let's see. What could the block be for you, Capricorns, at this time? What is the block for Capricorns? Okay, so the card that came out is the Wheel of Fortune. Could it be that your block is you're being a little too optimistic, maybe? I love the Fool energy, but you do have to be mindful, of when you're applying certain energies where, because of course it's always good to be trusting and optimistic and kind of just going with the flow, seeing what life has in store and living for the moment and anticipating magical times to come out of those experiences that were unplanned, that just happened by chance, or that just kind of like happened on a whim. But maybe you've been indulging in this kind of an energy too often, which is crazy because you're Capricorn, but I have to read the cards and this is what's coming out. And the block seems that maybe you're trusting a little too much, or possibly not seeing the full picture of something. You're not paying attention close enough. And you could be dealing with, strategic people. There could be strategic, calculating people around you that are taking advantage of like this phase that you're in or this energy that you're in. It's just, since the Wheel of Fortune is what's coming in the block position, it just feels like be careful that you're not making like a bad decision, that you're not overlooking like certain important details, because there is a possibility here that disappointments could occur, or like unexpected setbacks, things not going in the best way, to endure some kind of difficulty. But I feel like as long as you understand that that's just life, there are ups, there are downs, I feel like even knowing that, because these things are always a possibility for anyone at any time, but even knowing that at any time things could just go south, turn sour. You could take a wrong turn. It's being able to experience life and the continual cycle of changes. We always have to remember that life is what we make it. Every single day is a gift. Every single day is full of possibility, even if it doesn't seem that way at first. It's being able to find the gift, regardless of whether the situation is a good one or a bad one. So let's keep going. Let's see, what is the heart of the matter here? Because I'm getting a few messages, but I want to just make sure I'm going to take this in the right direction, because I'm a Capricorn myself and I just want to be unbiased here. Okay, so the heart of the matter is the Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, I think I'm on track. So what I'm seeing so far is that there are impulses, there are things that we are feeling, that we are excited about, that we want to jump into, that we want to try out, ideas, things that are inspiring us, to take some sort of an action, to try something out, right? And I think we are feeling very inclined to just go for it, to just like let our guard down, not overthink, overplan, overanalyze every little step, but to find the magic of just being present in the moment and riding the wave of life and letting what comes come. So the Wheel of Fortune being in the blocked position, I think this is talking about maybe having a really hard time letting go of control and just trusting that there's like a greater power and that things will fall into place as they need to. And we don't have to have like every single little detail planned out in order to experience good things, successful things, positive things. I feel like the message here for you guys is learning how to take chances and how to say yes to life. Instead of believing that everything is going to go wrong, believe that today might be your lucky day, trusting that life will bring you the opportunities, and just being optimistic and leaning into the idea that, you know what, today could be magical. Today life can bring me something that's completely life-changing. And just moving into the day with that positive energy versus thinking that things are definitely going to fail. I just feel like it's hard for you to believe that you could be successful or that good things could come out of this energy, out of not planning, out of just like jumping into something without knowing how it's going to turn out. Just because you have a gut feeling, just because. And instead of feeling like something negative comes out of that type of energy, feeling like, oh, hell no, that's too risky, that's too dangerous, that's definitely going to turn out bad. It's believing in what if something beautiful happens from this? What if this creates the movement forward that I needed? The chance meeting, the chance opportunities that you really needed that can change your life. It's being able to believe that good things can come from that very spontaneous, carefree type of an energy. Because I feel like you guys are getting that impulse, but it's almost like you're not giving in. You might not want to give in because you think that something bad is going to come out of it because you don't know enough information. You're not trusting, you're not trusting the universe in a higher power to take the wheel and to guide you into unexpected places that are going to turn out to be very fated and very lucky, even if you don't see it at first, even if it's just in retrospect. But I feel like there's just a lack of trust here. So what is the solution to this? What is the solution to this? The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, interesting. The solution is to bring your fantasies, the things that you daydream about, to make them happen, to bring them into fruition. Spirit is saying that it's absolutely possible and that the only thing in the way is yourself, maybe, because the universe, source, divinity, whatever you want to call it, God, is on your side, is in your corner. And I feel like something wants to come through for you and you're feeling these impulses. This is coming, from your intuition, a gut feeling, just something, a spark of inspiration, something that excites you, that makes you happy just thinking about it, just dreaming about it. And if you just believed that it could actually be possible and you just took a risk, took a chance, and started taking action in that direction without letting like any pessimistic thoughts get in the way, I feel like you could actually make something happen here. Even if you're like, it's impossible, there's no way, it doesn't make sense, I just don't see how. Remember, you don't have to know how. The universe will take care of that part. We don't have to know the ins and the outs of how everything is going to happen. Not everything has to be like planned out. Not everything has to make logical sense. And it's actually when we're in the heart of the moment that we get to experience the magic of life. And even in the chaos, there's an order in that. And it's just trusting, like being able to trust that everything will work out, and being able to hold on to that perspective, to that knowingness. Just being a little bit more trusting, kind of like living your life in a different way, taking a different approach and seeing what happens. Because I feel like you're going to be so taken back by the magic of life, by the beauty that exists in spontaneity. This is how you get to actually experience God and spirit, and see how it's all working in your life, what it brings into alignment, what things come in for you, what opportunities, chance meetings. And the more you have those types of experiences, the more I feel like your energy is just going to change. It's really going to be affected in a really good way, because then you're going to see like, oh, this isn't just fantasy thinking. This isn't about being naive and moving through life recklessly. It's about like creating space and allowing the divine to work miracles and to work magic in your life. You just have to get out of the way, Your ego has to get out of the way, your mind. These are the things that have to get out of the way so that the magic can enter, so that you can have the courage to take those risks, to take those chances, to trust in spirit, and to see that spirit is reliable, that you can get some traction having this approach. Because I think, like I was picking up in the beginning, I think you fear like, oh no, like I need to be careful. I can't just be out here acting a fool. I think like you have too much of that energy, and spirit wants you to know that it's okay, you're protected, you're safe, this is a safe time to be in this energy, because something really solid and stable can come out of this energy, like this kind of energy. And I feel like you're feeling very inclined and pulled to act on these impulses, but you're just afraid like of bad luck, of mishaps, misfortunes, things going sour, things not working out. And spirit wants to show you that things can work out and can go even better than you thought, better than you ever imagined, and can actually be solid and stable. Something born out of that kind of like fantastical, dreamy, spontaneous energy can get grounded down and be the real deal and can materialize. Okay, so let's move on to the advice. What is the advice? What is the advice for Capricorn? Oh, there's too many. And none of them flipped over, so I'm not taking any of these. Let's try that again. What is the advice for Capricorn? Queen of Wands. The advice is to be confident, Capricorn. I feel like right now is a really good and lucky time for you. You're experiencing strokes of good luck, or like the energy surrounding you is very optimal for that, for that to be the experience. The more you open up to this, the more inspiration you're going to feel, the more energy you're going to have to be able to see something new, to get that creative spark, to feel super passionate about something, to feel very inspired and illuminated, impassioned for life. Just find something that you're like really inspired by and just let it take you. You know what I mean? Like lately, I've been super inspired by Barbiecore because, the Barbie movie is coming out in July, and like every other little girl probably, I loved Barbies. I couldn't wait to come home from school and take out my Barbies and create all of these like big elaborate stories and dress them up. I've been listening to Karol G's song. She has like a song that I think is on the Barbie soundtrack. I've been super into like pink. I feel like I want to go shopping. I want to paint my nails pink, like I'm just letting this inspire me. I even wrote it in my planner as like the quote of the week. It says, I'm a Barbie girl. And I don't know, like it really has been working. I don't know. Listening to that song and wanting to dress up and being inspired by like all things Barbie, it has been feeling really good, and I feel really confident. I definitely had like a really good self-esteem week because I just kind of like went with it, you know? I was inspired and I just leaned in, let it take me, and this is where I'm at and I feel great. So I feel like something like this applies for you too. Like allow yourself to be inspired by something and just enjoy it, you know? Just do it because it feels good. And I think it really is going to help you ground something down. Like in my case, if I'm applying it personally for me, it helped me to feel like super confident. The whole Barbie thing that I just explained to you guys. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I think the movie's coming out in July. I can't wait to watch it. So yeah, I think it's something like that. Because the advice is just to be confident in yourself, be confident in your skin, take care of yourself, pamper yourself, make sure you're feeling good, looking good in whatever way you like, whatever that means for you. Do whatever you have to do to feel really good with yourself, really comfortable in your skin and with who you are and with being able to express yourself and your creativity through the work that you do maybe, or through the way that you dress, or how you do your hair, how you do your makeup, how you present, how you carry yourself, what you talk about, and kind of just be like your biggest cheerleader, be your own biggest fan, support yourself, love yourself. Great time to do your positive affirmations of self-empowerment, and just believe in yourself. Don't put yourself down and put down your intuition and your ideas, thinking that it's not going to work, thinking the worst is going to happen if you lean in. Be confident, lean in to your inclinations, and watch the magic unfold, Capricorn. I truly hope that served you. We are going to be moving on now to Aquarius. Okay, so let's see Aquarius. What are the current energies for you, Aquarius? Oh, we got the Aquarius card. How fitting. So the energies for you are, you guys are feeling really lucky, really blessed. I feel like you're feeling very optimistic, like you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel and that you are going to be in a really good position or in a better position off into the future. Like you really believe in your future and where you're headed, and that it's going to be good. You know, it's going to be somewhere favorable to you and beneficial and beautiful, somewhere that you're going to be really happy. And yeah, just having like a strong belief that like you're headed in the right direction. So what could be the block? Let's take a look. What could be the block for Aquarius? The Knight of Swords. Maybe trying to rush the process, being a little blunt. I just feel like you know where you want to go. Like you have your eyes set on the prize and you know where you're headed. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to do. And it's kind of like, I'm hearing that ludicrous song, like, move, get out the way. You know, you're just like, get out the way. You know, like if you don't see my vision, or if you're not going to help me get to where I need to get to, or if you're just like serving as a blockage on my path, like move, like get out the way. A little bit rude or a little bit blunt and aggressive possibly, of like anything that you feel is not aligned with your vision or with where you see yourself being in the future. I just feel like maybe you just have no tolerance for anything right now, like any nonsense, anything that you consider to be nonsense, unworthy. Like you're just like, you're not afraid to cut that off real quick, even if you are coming off a little bit rude and reckless with your speech. So this is serving as your block. So maybe Spirit is just trying to tell you to, you know, be more considerate of others, of other people's emotions, of what others could potentially be going through, how you are affecting somebody else, how your words could be impacting. Just be a little bit more mindful and take care of that, you know? Like if you can't be a positive influence for someone, if you can't make a positive influence in someone's life, at least don't make it worse. You know what I mean? That's always like something I keep in the back of my mind, is like, if I can't make a positive impact, then let me at least be neutral. The last thing I want to do is make the situation worse, you know, or make someone feel worse. So maybe that's just something that you can take with you for you to consider. Let's look into what is the heart of the matter. What is the heart of the matter? The Ace of Wands. We had that for Capricorn as the heart of the matter. It was in the same position. Yeah, I just feel like you're feeling very creatively and spiritually led to something. It's like you have some kind of insight, and it's about your future and about where you're headed, where you're going. You know, like a possibility, a bright, beautiful possibility that you see for yourself shining in the distance, and you're just like trying to run to it. So I think whatever it is that you're feeling, definitely continue to follow it, because I think it is definitely guiding you in the right direction. It's just saying to like just be a little bit mindful of your energy, especially like as it pertains to others. You know, just be a little bit more considerate of others as you, I was going to say bum rush, move towards your North Star, towards your purpose, which looks like you have a pretty good vision, like you have a pretty good view of it. So I understand why you're so like eager to get to it. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. There's no need to rush or to force. What's for you can't miss you. Just a little reminder to calm you down and to reassure you. Okay, so let's see. What is the solution? What is the solution for Aquarius at this time? The solution is to continue to persevere, which I think you're having no problem doing. You know, it's showing me that you've been through a lot. And I think like you just feel like this is it. This is my shot, my lucky opportunity, my wish upon a star. And you're taking the chance. You're going, you're moving, you're following it. You're going towards it. So the solution is to continue to be strong and to be determined and to find the courage to continue moving forward past all of your hurts and pains and things that wounded you. It's like this is your opportunity to be able to overcome all of those times that you felt defeated. It's definitely a time for you to have a lot of stamina and the will to continue and to be prepared for the road that lies ahead. I feel like you're really losing your fear of something. You're replacing your fear of something with courage. You're facing your situation, you're facing your adversity because you see your triumph on the other side of this. This is really beautiful energy, Aquarius. I'm loving this. So let's see, what is the advice for you guys? We got the Hermit and Judgment. Spirit wants you to like stay very focused. The advice is to give something another chance, to rethink something over, take a look at something again. There's something here that you thought you understood and that you thought you knew or had the answer to. Spirit is asking you to take a second look, at how it is that you do something. There's something that you're doing. There's like a pattern that you have. There's something you're not trying to face. Maybe you're deflecting, Aquarius. I feel like you might have a habit of deflecting or like projecting your own insecurities. Like maybe you point the finger or you look outside of yourself. You're always blaming someone else. And it's not to say that it's not justified, but Spirit wants you to be able to kind of look within, to look at your role. How are you contributing? How can you do better? How can you be better? How can you act with more wisdom in the situation? Maybe how can you be more of service? To just take like a pause, because maybe a lot of you are quick to want to argue, want to point fingers, but that has everything to say about something inside of you and not about the situation or the people. You know, how you handle things has to do with you. So if you're handling things in a very aggressive way, or you kind of have like a cold or aggressive approach when it comes to dealing with other people, it's not like, oh, well, they deserve it because of A, B, and C. Or nobody ever gave me that grace. Nobody ever cared if they were treating me like crap, so why should I care? You know, like, it has nothing to do with them. You need to start looking at where the problem exists, which is within you. Because even if those people did deserve that treatment, do you think like stooping down to their level is the wisest thing to do? Is the best way to handle any issues that you may have? Spirit is just saying, like, take a look at yourself. Take a look in the mirror. There's something within you that exists inside of you that needs to be addressed, that needs to be re-looked at, like looked over, so that you can see it more clearly. It's something that you don't want to face or just didn't have enough awareness to face, but it's coming up here as the advice. And I think this is what's ultimately going to help you maybe be more compassionate towards others, maybe treat others better, consider others' feelings more without projecting your own insecurities. Because when we project, that's just like a defense mechanism, that's our egos trying to protect us. But sometimes, it can be detrimental if it goes unchecked, if it goes left unchecked. So it's just being a little bit more mindful of that. Make sure you're not gaslighting anybody, and that, that you're just not seeing your own negative behaviors and emotions and traits that exist within you, and that you're not like assuming that other people are the ones that, carry those traits, because it's what you are. And so you naturally assume that everybody is like you, but that's not the case. And I know that might sound a little harsh, but, to some extent, we all have to do this work. We all have to face that to be the best people that we can be. And right now, it's just your time, I think, to really be doing this work. You're being encouraged to do this internal work. It's kind of like being able to uncover your own inner conflicts, your own inner shortcomings, and really dealing with it where it exists so that you can get to the bottom of it, so you can heal from it, and so that it doesn't have to be a problem anymore. So consider it kind of like a blessing that you're able to see something about yourself now, and so that you can heal from it, do something about it, and become a better person, a better person to work with, maybe a more cooperative person, someone that's going to be more pleasant to be around, so on and so forth. It's kind of like if you're molding and shaping, like creating this better and more improved brand new version of yourself. Because I feel like this is the work that you have to do to really reach a level of unlimited success. If you were to do this work, that's what you would unlock for yourself. It's just like really good fortune, good luck, possibly wealth, Be accountable. That's basically the advice, is to take accountability for yourself, for your actions, what's yours to be accountable over. Do your part, play your role, versus taking anything out on other people or expecting other people to be at certain standards that you yourself aren't at. Like if you're wanting people to like be a certain way or have certain standards, make sure that you are embodying the same kind of standards too. You know what I mean? I don't know if I worded that right, but I hope you get it. Make sure you're living up to those standards yourself. Like whatever you're expecting out of people, make sure you're living up to those standards too. Okay, Aquarius, that took an interesting turn. So much love to you. We all have to do this work. It's just being highlighted for you at this time that you're listening to this message, okay? I hope that served you. We are going to move on to Pisces. Okay, let's see, Pisces. What are the current energies? Ooh, I like it. The Sun. Pisces, you guys could be just feeling very happy, light and free. Maybe you guys are like on vacation, or everything is just feeling really good right now, is going in your favor. You just seem to be very happy. You could be feeling very creative. I feel like you're living your life from a very heart-centered place, and that's feeling very good for you. You're just feeling just healthy, vital, full of life, and ready to live and enjoy all that life has to offer. The block here is that you could be holding back. Maybe you're like, is it too good to be true? Is life too good to be true right now? and you feel like you need to kind of like dim your light a little bit or like simmer it down a little bit, pump the brakes. Maybe you're like afraid of like your own passion, you know? So you have to like calm yourself down. I'm also getting this could be a love thing. Obviously, it's not going to be for all of you, but maybe you're dating somebody and you're feeling like really excited about them and you really like them, but like you're trying not to get too excited too soon, you know? But it's just like having a really good feeling about something, but not wanting to like fly off the handles and doing too much too soon or something like that. It's kind of like, okay, things are great right now, but let me ease in, let me take it slow, calm myself down, calm my excitement. So let's see, what is the heart of the matter? What is this about, Pisces? This is awesome energy. Oh, I love this. Like, you're feeling so good about yourself, about what it is that you do for work, for a living. You're feeling very proud of what you've been able to grow for yourself and manifest for yourself and how you've been able to provide for yourself. You know, you're proud. Confirmation. You're proud of your independence and you're just feeling so empowered, so beautiful, so attractive, so creative, so full of life. This is such beautiful energy, Pisces. I love it. I can just like stay in this energy all day long. Let's see. What is the solution right now for you, Pisces? To just stay optimistic. You are on path. You're heading somewhere beautiful. You're manifesting something great for yourself. You are very attractive right now. You're healing. You're healing. I feel like there could be a lot of eyes on you. You're just looking very magnetic, very desirable, because it seems that you're so content and happy in your own energy, doing your own thing, and that makes you even more like appealing, you know, like desirable to other people. So don't be surprised if a lot of people are kind of flocking to you. It's because you're shining bright. You're catching a lot of attention without like even trying, I think. So let's see, what is the advice for you guys at this time? What is the advice for Pisces? We got the Two of Swords and the Emperor. I feel like you're really building yourself up. You're really building up your self-confidence. You know, like I feel like you've built really strong boundaries. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. You know what you believe in. You know, like what you uphold, what you support. And Spirit is just basically saying like not to let anybody cross those boundaries. To continue to stand strong, stand firm, and, you know, like not negotiate who you are. You know, who you are is never up for negotiation. There are some things within us that are foundational, that can't be changed. And it's like really standing your ground on those things, whatever those things are for you, and not letting people bypass your boundaries for whatever reason. I feel like it could still be hard for you to do that. Maybe you feel like when you're laying down the law or like expressing your boundaries, you feel like, you know, you're being aggressive or you're being selfish or you're being rude. But no, this is an act of strength. This is proof that you're growing, that you're getting better. Okay, so it's time for you to start identifying like you having boundaries and upholding them as like being evil and being bad. Like it's time for you to see that as like, no, this is me being empowered. This is how I show myself respect and how I love myself and how I care for myself is by putting myself first. I feel like that part is still kind of hard for you and it could still feel heavy for you to do that. Especially, come on, as a Pisces, you know, you're probably just like so empathic, you know, like so compassionate. You care about people. Maybe you were a people pleaser before and maybe people like stepped all over you because of it, but not anymore. So Spirit wants you to stay strong on your path and not to like feel guilty about anything. You're doing great. You're learning. I feel like right now you're learning instead of feeling guilty that this is something good, that this is empowering. You're allowed, you know, to use your discernment and to say yes and no to whatever, you want to say yes to. If something feels good and you want to allow it into your space and, you're curious. But if something is just not aligning, you don't want it around you, it's maybe just not your cup of tea, not your vibe, you're allowed to make that call for yourself. You're allowed to say no and keep that away, keep that at a distance without feeling guilty about that. Okay, Pisces, so I hope that you got what you needed from this message. We are going to be moving on to Aries. So let's see, Aries. What are the current energies for Aries? Death. Aries, I feel like you guys could be going through like a transition right now, closing one door, opening another, going through like a big change. It could be like scary, you could not know what's about to happen. Like maybe you don't know what to expect on the other side. You could be feeling a little bit uneasy or worried. Maybe this transition hasn't been easy. Let's see, let's get more information. What is the block? Maybe you don't want to move away from home. Maybe, like it's time for you to leave a hometown or leave something that was very solid, stable, like a stable part of your life, something that feels very comfortable. It's like, I feel like you want to stay comfortable. You want to stay like in your little bubble, but it's time maybe for you to explore new horizons, new territories, and to move away from whatever this place is or this thing, this foundation that feels very warm, comfortable, cozy because you're used to it. It's being able to like step out of that comfort zone because maybe you've done all of the growing that you can do in this space and it's time for you to move on to something else so that you can continue to grow. So maybe for some of you, it's like you're moving out of your parents' house or you're moving out of your hometown or you're leaving like a job that was very stable and that you really loved, but it's time for you to move on from it. So let's see, what is the heart of the matter? The Empress. This could have to do with a mother figure. So maybe you have to like leave your mom or something and you might have like a really good relationship with your mom, but you're going to have to move away or your mom is going to move away or something. And this is like signifying like a change. Or maybe you're a parent and you're going to have to leave home for a little bit. But the heart of the matter here is that you're fulfilling your potential. You're stepping into abundance, into fertility. And it's time for you to step out and to produce, to create, to take action, to get things done. And the amount of things you're going to get done is going to be surprising even to you. Like I feel like during this time, you're going to yield so much results, like you're going to be very successful. And I know you're afraid, but I feel like the time is ripe for you to take some kind of an action, to step into like some kind of unknown territory, because whatever it is that you're doing, it's really going to flourish. So let's see, what is the solution? I'm just seeing like, don't be afraid, Aries, don't be afraid. Because whatever it is that you're about to go do, whatever it is you're about to embark on, this new beginning looks incredible. It looks so good. It has really good energy attached to it. So the solution is to stay dedicated, stay diligent, stay determined, continue to show up day in and day out, to carry out your responsibilities and to continue cultivating, because whatever it is, you're cultivating something and it's going to be something really, like I said, fertile, abundant. You're cultivating some kind of material gain, some kind of material success. I feel like you've planted some kind of seed and now what's left to do is like to continue it, to continue that momentum forward, to continue cultivating it, to continue putting your effort into it so that it can grow. It can go through the process it needs to go through to grow, to multiply. So the solution is to just stay committed. So what is the advice from Spirit for Aries? What is the advice from Spirit? We have the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Aries, I do feel like this hasn't really been the easiest of transitions. Like I feel like you've had a lot you've had to overcome. This hasn't been an easy time for you, but you stepping into the unknown and into like a new phase of your life, you leaving some kind of stable foundation behind is the best thing to do. You have to leave this behind in order for you to grow, in order for you to find yourself, knowing that you can do something on your own and that you can overcome adversity, you can overcome obstacles, that you have the smarts, the intellect, the knowledge that it takes to make good decisions. And I feel like whatever it is that you're embarking on, whatever it is that you're doing, this is a really good decision here. It's highly guided and divinely led. I feel like you're going to be getting like some divine communication, information, insight that's really going to bring a lot of clarity for you, and it's really going to help you to see the divinity of all of this and help you to make the best decisions. And you're going to be able to see like all sides of a certain situation, and you're going to be able to make the right commitments. It's definitely a time to make decisions, and I feel like you are going to be choosing well. You're going to get the information that you need exactly when you need it to choose well. So yeah, this is really beautiful energy. It looks like a turning point for sure that's going to be very fertile, very abundant, and that is being very divinely guided. It feels very blessed for sure. So open your heart to love, to the divine blessings that are coming your way, and just love everything about your situation, about your experience, about what's going on. See the good in everything, and don't be afraid to go your own way if that's what you're being called to do. If you're being called to like leave something behind, rest assured you're gonna be led to your people and to who it is that you should, be in union with, in collaboration with. It's all going to align just right. Okay, Aries, I hope that served you. We are going to be moving on to last but certainly not least, Taurus. Yay, we made it to Taurus. So let's see, what are the current energies for Taurus? The Eight of Swords. So Taurus, right now you might be feeling like a little bit like your hands are tied, like helpless, like you don't really know how to see your way out of a certain situation, or you're feeling like you don't have the resources or you don't have the knowledge to navigate a certain situation. And so this could be making you feel uneasy, uncertain. It could be bringing up just tension, internal turmoil, frustration. So let's see, what is the block here for Taurus? What is the block here for Taurus? Let's see if we can help you, get you some insight to navigate this, because, we're never helpless. So the block here for you, Taurus, I think you're ruminating. You're ruminating on something that happened that you didn't like. Maybe someone broke up with you, or maybe you got fired, or maybe somebody caught you doing something that they didn't like and they took action on that, or they called you out, or you were found out in some way, or vice versa. Maybe you found someone else out, or you cut someone else out, and it's just been really painful for you. You are feeling a certain level of loss here, and it's almost like you can't move past this. You haven't been able to move past the situation. So let's see, what is the heart of the matter? What is the heart of the matter? The heart of the matter is that you have to see this loss as a blessing. Spirit is saying maybe you can't see it yet, but whatever it is that you lost, whatever it is that didn't end up working out, it was for the best. It wasn't meant for you. It was God, spirit, the divine coming through and loving you by taking this out of your life. So it's okay to grieve it, if you need to grieve it for as long as you need to. But just know that everything that happens is always what's meant to happen. Like, there are no mistakes. And no matter how much you want to ruminate about something and like all of the things that you could have done different to have a different result, to have a different outcome, you're just keeping yourself looping in a circle, like you're not helping yourself to move forward, to move on, to take the wisdom and to feel optimistic about, well, what is for me? What is out there that's mine, that's for me? What does the universe have for me if this wasn't it? If this wasn't what was meant for me? If this got taken away from me? Start being curious and looking at it from a different perspective. Because I feel like soon Spirit is going to offer you something, or maybe they are already offering you something. And you're just like so busy being sad or ruminating on what was that you're not seeing it. But there is a gift here for you. There is abundance to be experienced, blessings that want to come in, but you have to be willing to receive. And right now, I just feel like you're very closed off because you're very stuck in whatever it is that happened that really felt like a loss and really felt like it was something harsh and difficult to have gone through. So I'm sending you all my love, and just know that you're allowed to process and you're allowed to grieve for as long as you need to. But just know that you're never alone, that your spirit guides and your angels, they're all here with you through, these hard times. And there is a gift here. There is a gift here. You just have to be able to have the eyes to see it, and to accept it. Let's see, what is the solution for Taurus? The solution for Taurus: as hurt as you are, know that you can get through this, that you have the energy, the internal power and strength, the courage to face anything, to face this head on. I know that you've been through a lot and you've been very hurt, but Spirit is saying this too shall pass and you can persevere. As weak and as wounded as you're feeling, you can find it within you to dig deep for that bit of energy to continue to push you forward, to fuel your forward movement. You can move with force. You have it within you. You just have to dig a little deeper, but it's there. You have a power inside of you. You have more life left to live, There's more for you out there. Just find the inspiration inside of yourself to face life, face the difficult circumstances, meet it head on, knowing that you are powerful, that you are capable, that you are never alone, that Spirit is with you, and have the trust that you're going to be aligned with what's for you. And if this didn't work out, it's because it wasn't meant to work out. It wasn't your highest potential, and you're being aligned to your highest potential through, this loss. You're creating space for what's meant for you to come in. Spirit wants to bless you, but I feel like there is kind of a hard lesson you have to learn in association with whatever is going on here. So let's see, what is the advice for Taurus? Yeah, Taurus, that it's time to move forward. It's time to close something out. Maybe, you've been holding out hope. You want things to change. You want things to work out. You are resisting what is. But Spirit is saying that whatever it is that was taken out of your life or that you lost, it was meant to be that way. And it's time for you to close the door on that and to keep moving forward, to know that there's more to life than just what it is that you had, what it is that you lost. There are more beautiful, abundant, rich experiences out there for you to experience, to indulge in, to live out. There's a whole life to live that's rich and full and beautiful, and it's just waiting for you. It's there for you, but you just have to be able to release what no longer is, and to be grateful for the fact that you're even still here, you know, that you still have your life, and that you can still taste, touch, feel all of the beautiful things that there is to taste, touch, and feel. You know, like every day is such a gift, is such a blessing, and is full of magic. You know, every day is full of so much magic, and it's up to you to be able to see that and to acknowledge that and to appreciate that and to be grateful for that. Don't ruminate on what once was, but get curious, you know, about what is to come and about all of the possibilities that are available to you now, and all of the opportunity that you have to create something that you're going to be very excited about and that you're going to love. You know, you're going to feel excited again. I feel like maybe you feel dull and empty and like you're just not excited about anything. But I promise you, you're going to feel those feelings again. You're going to be lit from within again and feel love again. But first, you have to accept what is and be willing to move forward, be willing to move on, to be strong. And, you know, you're not going to feel better overnight, but just commit to like working at it little by little, accepting it more and more, seeing the truth of the situation and knowing what it is that you have to do about it, knowing how to move forward, just taking the facts of the situation and acting according to the facts of the matter, you know, and knowing that good things are on the way and are possible for you. I know it might seem like it's the end of the world, but I guarantee you it's not. And you will find joy again, joy for living, joy for life. But you have to be an active participant in order for that to come in. Okay, Taurus, I'm sending you all my love, big hugs. You can do this. Spirit is with you. You will continue to be guided and led on your path. Okay, I truly hope that served you. That was your message. I went over all 12 of the zodiac signs. This was a little energy check-in. I truly hope you all got what you needed from this. I do personal readings if you'd like to dive a little bit deeper into your situation, if you need more details, more advice, more insight. I will leave my information in the description below. I would be more than happy to work with you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourselves. Bye.